Okay, so this is something that we do every single day, and it's to show respect for our country and to show patriotism. Do you guys have something similar to that? Okay, very good. I want you to write that down in your Chinese traditions column and make sure you write respect for the country or patriotism in your US column. I'll write it here for you guys so that's how you spell it. Okay, so now we have our two lists of Chinese school traditions and customs and US school traditions and customs. And I want you to take a look and see if you have anything that's the same in both. Now, if you find something that's the same in both, I want you to cross it out and put it in the middle, okay? Can you guys all do that? All right, are you good? Great. And now that we have our similarities in the middle, that's right, we draw our circles so we can make our Venn diagram. So we have a very easy visual representation, a visual aid to see the differences and also the similarities of our countries in these customs and traditions for school. All right? Great. So now I have a question for you guys. We've done a Venn diagram showing New Year's customs and traditions in US and China, and also for school customs and traditions. I think we have a lot of differences because the way you live in China is very different from the way we live here in the US. But I also think that we have more similarities than maybe we thought before. I mean, I didn't know that you guys also did fireworks. I knew that fireworks were they were made in China. So we have lots of similarities. I want you to try and use the Venn diagrams more often because I know you're living in the United States now, and it probably still seems really, really strange to you guys. When I was in Japan, I was always finding new things that were really unusual for me. But I found that making things like Venn diagrams like this is very helpful when you want to not only acclimate, but also understand that although we have very different countries, we have a lot of things that are very similar. And I think it's a great way to appreciate not only our own country, but to appreciate our new country. So what I want you to do, you don't have to do this every day. You don't even really have to do it once a week, but every so often, I want you guys to think about customs and traditions in China. So maybe if you go out with your friends for dinner, or if you're in class or you're doing a club activity with somebody, I want you to think about how you do it in China, and I want you to pay attention to how we do it in the US. And then I want you to either physically, you can draw it, or if you can think about it, I want you to try and visualize the similarities and the differences, and I want you to see how many similarities we actually have in customs and traditions between our two countries. Because I know we have very different ways of living. But I also think we have a lot of things that are very similar because we're all people, so it's very similar for all of us. And I really want you guys to try and use this Venn diagram as a tool to help you in your acclimation. I also want you to especially pay attention to this New Year's diagram because we're going to come back to this at a later date. Because what I want to try and do, especially when it comes to around the Chinese New Year holidays, because I'm very interested in how you guys celebrate Chinese New Year, we're going to plan an imaginary party that's going to have American guests and Chinese guests. And we want to introduce Chinese New Year to our American guests, and our American guest wants to introduce American New Year's to our Chinese guests. So I want us to plan kind of a little party about how we could do this and make it a really fun event for everybody. But that's going to be for next class, okay? So you guys have any questions? No? Alright, well then I will see you guys next time. Remember, try and think about these Venn diagrams and keep this in mind. Don't get rid of this. We're going to use this later, okay? Bye guys!